So you have people following you on social media. Some of them are asking for your prices, but very little of them are actually converting and buying your product or service. Watch this video to the end for the foolproof formula of how you can correct this situation. For those of you who are subscribed, thank you so much for your support and welcome back to another video. And if you're a new person landing on my channel, welcome! This channel talks all things digital marketing and business so that you can grow and prosper and live the life that you want. So if you're interested in something like that, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get notified every time a video goes live. Now you might have noticed that not a lot of people are paying attention to your content or your product and service, and that really sucks because if people pay attention to your product and they pay attention to the content you're creating, it means you're going to be increasing the conversion rate or the rate that people are going to be buying your product and service it. To overcome this, you're going to need to grab the attention of your follower and at the same time maintain their attention so that you can be able to convert the sale. One of the ways that you could do this is by storytelling techniques that will allow you to grab the attention of the customer and keep their attention through storytelling. I've proven this formula on thousands of clients, and now it's your turn. Now, before we start, you're going to need to have one thing in place: your ideal customer avatar, your ICA. For you to get super clear on your ICA, you're going to need to answer a whole bunch of questions about the potential customer you want and what kind of customer you want to work with and whatnot. I've created a worksheet that will help you get on the right path to understanding and determining who your ideal customer avatar is. This worksheet is completely free. You can pick it up in the description box below, and you can sign up for the email list and you're going to get the email with the ideal customer avatar. Within that email, you'll also see an example of storytelling in the works. Automatically, when you sign up for this email, you're going to get the email with the ICA work, but also within that ICA email, you're going to get a story about myself. It's going to help you get clear on why you need to use storytelling in your business. Now, the second thing we're going to be talking about is understanding what a storyline actually is. So if you follow me on Instagram, which you should be, you probably already know that I'm a university instructor that teaches digital marketing and marketing theory. But before, I used to also teach English to university students. And one concept that we teach is the storyline of the story. You know how there's a beginning, a middle, a climax, and an end? This entire bell-shaped curve is the essence of this entire video. You need to have this kind of structure so that you can grab and keep the attention of your audience. You're going to have the beginning. We're going to talk more details about it in a bit. So you have the beginning, you have the middle part of the story, and then you have the climax, which builds the tension, and then you have the end. So when you actually think of it, the beginning, if we're taking Instagram stories, for example, the beginning of the entire global picture of the Instagram story for the day would be good morning. The end would be good night. The middle and the climax is basically what's going to happen in between the beginning and the end. Now, you can also think of it in a different way. You can also think of how to do this kind of storyline for each topic you want to talk about for your content. So let's say you're going to be talking about creating Facebook ads on a budget. The beginning would be, do you know what Facebook ads are? And I explain what Facebook ads are. The middle will be talking about the benefits of Facebook ads and whatnot. The climax would be telling you exactly how to do Facebook ads on a budget. And then the ending would be, did you like this video? Did you like this content? Hit the thumbs up, comment below, blah, 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 blah. You need to make sure that whatever happens right after the climax is fairly short and not too long, because by the time the person has watched your story till the end or has read your story till the end, they're going to get to a point where after the climax, they have this huge urge to exit out. That's why in most videos you find in the end, there's less people watching than at the beginning or in the middle of the video. So with that said, now that you know the majority of your followers will sign off at the end of the story, the most important thing needs to come at the beginning. That's why when I created this video right here about how to do Instagram captions properly, I mentioned in that video a lot of details about how to write Instagram captions, but in specific, I mentioned and I focused on the idea that your call to action should not be at the end of your caption right before the hashtags. It really should be somewhere in the beginning of your entire caption. Same thing goes for any kind of content you want to create. You want the person to be intrigued and listening, and the most important parts should usually come at the beginning. Now, because we went through the basics of the storyline, there's still one more part of how you're gonna get the person intrigued from the beginning to watch till the climax at least, or till the end. We're gonna talk about that by the end of the video, so stay till the end. But before we get into that, I need you to think of point number 3. What's your story? Every single business has a story. Even if you find that this story is not that great, you can still use it in your marketing efforts, and it's going to be interesting to someone. My personal story is I actually came across digital marketing by accident 8 years ago, and there I found my passion, and I completely went from doing my BA in management to continuing on to do my MBA in marketing and getting certified in digital marketing, and here I am today. So this entire story helps the customer understand your background, gets to know you on a more personal level, and at the same time leaves a memorable memory in the mind of the consumer. Now that you've thought of your story and you're ready to go for that, we're going to move on point number 4. Point number 4 is create engaging content. This means that you need to get your viewer to actually engage in the content that you're creating, engage in everything that you're putting out there so that you can get higher rankings in terms of the algorithm, be it the search engine optimization, be it on social media, be it in your email list, be it wherever you want to look at the storytelling process that you want to put in your business. Now, as a plus, if you create content that's shareable or that goes viral, it will help your business soar even faster. So that's why I recommend you watch this video right here and this video right here. Both these videos talk about how you can create content that's going to be shared and really help you go viral with your content as well. So just before we continue through the process, I just want to make sure that you are still with me and you are liking this video so far. Comment below and tell me what's your story. Now, when you want to come and create content that is engaging, you're going to need to follow a certain structure. So what this means is you're going to need to start off with a hook. The hook is going to grab the attention of your consumer or your follower. You need to be focusing on a pain point that your potential customer might have at the beginning so that you can draw them in, or you can draw them in through a question or through a joke, whatever you like to get the person intrigued into the content you're going to create. It depends on your brand and it depends on your brand voice. It's going to be different for each one of you. The hook is the most important element when you're creating your story. So you've caused them some pain in the hook. Remember the pain point. And now you need to talk about the outcome. What is the outcome that they're going to get when they watch your stories, when they read your posts, when they watch you live, when they purchase your product or service? The outcome is not just the benefits, it's also the lifestyle that they're going to get, what they're going to be, how are they going to be inspired, is it going to be positive or negative, and all those details. Then you have the climax. The climax is the result. How you're going to get this person from their pain point to the outcome, and then get a really good result to overcome the pain point. When you think of the result, you need to think of it in a way that is going to get a result for the potential customer. So what does my potential customer truly want as a result? And I'm going to give you an example in just a bit for this entire process. And the end is a conclusion. You can either summarize what you just said if it's a really long story, or you can get the customer to go to another video or to like or to comment or to continue the conversation in the comment section. When you think of this process, so the hook, then into the outcome, then the result, then the ending. When you think of this as a story, beginning, middle, climax, and end, it becomes more easy. So I'm going to give you an example for a dietitian. One pain point for females during pregnancy is a fear that they're going to give birth to the child and never lose the weight. So I can hook the pregnant ideal customer avatar by asking them a question about a fact. Did you know, for example, I'm making this completely up right now, did you know that 90% of pregnant women don't actually lose the baby weight after they give birth? So that's the hook or the beginning. Then you have the middle or the outcome. After you give birth, you're not really going to be losing the fat that you gained. You're going to be losing water weight. You're going to be losing the baby weight, the actual baby weight and whatnot. And I talk about those outcomes. And then you can tell them that you can join my diet program, which will help you get the results you need. And this is an example of this customer, and this is an example of that customer, and this is an example of another customer. And you can show the before and after pictures, and then you tell them. If you're interested, comment in the section below, or if you're interested, send me a direct message, or you can tell them, if this is you, talk to me in the comments and I will be here to answer your questions. And voila, you have the entire story mapped out for you, and it's going to be engaging and pulling the customer in so that they can watch the story till the end because of this tension that you've built up. Now, the final point is you need to be consistent with the content you're creating and the value of the content that you're creating and the level of quality. This means that you're going to need to put together your content so that you can be consistent in this storytelling process so that you can be able to actually benefit your followers on the long run. So if you want a video on how you can be way more consistent easily, check this video out. It talks all about how you can create consistent content for social media. So when you implement all the steps that I talked about within this video, you're going to be able to grab the attention of the customer and maintain it, which will build the know, like, and trust factor, which will help you actually get a relationship between you and the customer. If they come to your story and they're not really ready to buy, your story is going to stick into their mind so that when they are ready to buy and they have the money in their pocket, they're going to think of you first because your stories are so memorable. Now you know the exact steps you need to do for you to create a business storyline in the techniques and the methods that I gave you. Don't forget to pick up the Ideal Customer Avatar worksheet in the comment section below, and also see an example of how I created a story about the Ideal Customer Avatar. How I created a story in this email to get you from point A to point B to downloading the Ideal Customer Avatar. If you're not following me on Instagram yet, please go onto Instagram and follow me at Socialize that, because I share bite-sized pieces of information about digital marketing on stories and on posts frequently and often every day. Now, for me to continue creating amazing content and videos like the one that I just created for you right now, please don't forget to hit the subscribe and the bell icon, and even give me a thumbs up if you really like the content of this video. And I'm looking forward to see you in next week's video. Bye for now.